Hi, I'm Sue, and today I want to talk to you about this air quality monitor by the brand SUNANT. Now, this is about 6.5 inches wide by 4.5 inches tall, and this weighs about 1.5 pounds. So it has a nice weight to it to keep it in place. It comes with a cord with a block to plug it into the wall, the USB, and it's a Type C. But the nice thing is you keep it plugged in, but if your power goes out, it'll still keep running. So the unit itself, now this is you can see this is obviously a digital screen. When I'm looking in my camera, it looks like it's flickering. That is completely not the case. There is no flickering to this screen. It is a very smooth, soft, digital look to it. So over here on this part, you have the time, which you can choose between a 24 or 12-hour clock. Then you have your temperature, and then you have your room humidity also. Now down here along the bottom, you have an overall air quality index. So you see I have a little smiley face right here. And then, so I'm in a good zone. And so you can just at a glance, you can tell where you're at. Now up here is where it is going to measure some things a little deeper. This is the CO2. And also it has its own bar. Right now fortunately I'm in the good zone. Now whenever I moved this unit into this section so I could film it, this actually went up because I disturbed it, the air. This is the air intake, and there's another on the back. So I disturbed it a little bit, so it took it some time to settle back into the actual reading. Now this is the TVOC. This is the total volatile organic compounds, and that's going to measure things like gases and chemical fumes that are in the house that might come from paint or hairspray, even sometimes cooking. Now also it has the HCHO, and that actually is a classification by itself measuring for formaldehyde. So you might get that from new carpeting, a new build of a house, remodel. It has a smell to it. But this will measure it, and then it just goes back and forth between those two readings right here. And again, it gives you an indicator on this bar. Now right here in the center, this is the particulate matter measurement, and it measures PM1.0, 2.5, and PM10. Each of those has its own meaning, of course, the PM 1.0 being the smallest, and that's going to measure like your chemicals and tiny aerosols, and the 2.5 is going to measure like things like smoke, exhaust, burning food, a burning candle, and then the PM10, that's going to be measuring things like dust and mold spores and things like that. So you get a number for each one of those. And then also, again, this has this little bar right here telling you where things stand in your location. The air intake is on the front, as I said, but I'm going to flip it around so you can see it on the back. This whole section also is the air intake. And obviously you want to put this in an area where it's not crowded on. You don't want it, you want it in some airflow, but you don't want a fan blowing on it. The general movement of air in the room should also affect this unit. Down here, there's a little tab that measures, that's what's taking your temperature and checking out your humidity. Up here on the back, you have your power button, you have your to change the clock, and then you can, this is to change the hours and minutes, and also this is the dimmer, the brightness of the screen, and then also if you want the alarm to sound. This is something that is so long overdue in my home. I mean, of course we have the clock, the thermometer, and what the humidity is like, but all of these things are so important because we have a fireplace, we have a propane furnace, there's just so many things. We're always cooking on the stovetop's different than cooking in the oven when it comes to air quality. So if you're even considering this, I definitely recommend it. It's very easy to use. The manual that came with it is incredibly informative. But what's nice is it's not like a book to read. It is a simple manual. I had it set up and ready to go in under 3 minutes. Ready to go. I was impressed. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to the brand for sending it to me so I could share with you what I know. I hope you have a great day.